5 unicorn companies from 3 different countries with over $1 billion in revenue. Which models are realistic to replicate and which are practically impossible? One of the cases has a very distinctive feature. It has negative net profit. Which business giant are we talking about? You'll find out at the end of the video. All right, let's begin. The first giant up, Zepto. 10 to 20 minute delivery as a new everyday habit. What Zepto does? A supermarket app. Thanks to a network of nearby dark stores and well-tuned logistics, it delivers everyday essentials in 10-20 minutes. Why it works? India's online grocery market is growing, cities are dense, and people value time and predictability. Zepto's pace is strong. Revenue in fiscal year 2025 is about 1.33 billion after a sharp jump from fiscal year 2024, meaning the habit of ordering small items instantly has stuck. The main edge is warehouse density and service level agreement discipline. If they promise 15 minutes, they deliver in 15, not whenever. Money comes from retail margins, delivery fees, and placements inside the app, retail media, so the model isn't hanging on a single revenue stream. Zepto scores 6.7. Demand is high, but the economics are sensitive to operations. Large warehouse inventories, constant write-offs, and peak hours where any mistake quickly burns margin. Add Blinkit and Instamart, and it's clear the 15-minute magic runs on routine smart assortment, quarterly demand forecasting, courier training, and controlling cancellations and returns. You can port this system to other countries, but it depends on local economics, regulations, and last-mile costs. If you're thinking how to replicate locally, the most realistic path is to start small. One neighborhood, a narrow assortment, a partner dark store, and an honest service level agreement. Bottom line, the model works but is expensive to launch warehouses, working capital, team, and licenses, so you won't copy-paste it quickly. Replicability is low. From quick purchases to scarce GPUs and massive contracts, CoreWeave GPU as a service, where speed is money. CoreWeave provides cloud access to scarce graphics processors and infrastructure for heavy workloads, training and running AI models, rendering, and highly parallel computation. Put simply, you rent ready-made compute instead of spending months sourcing hardware. Why this works now? Demand for AI compute has skyrocketed, and the chip shortage hasn't gone away. A major strength is multi-year contracts and rapid rollout of new data centers. A client gets not just a server, but guaranteed capacity aligned to product timelines. I rate CoreWeave at 7.6. There's powerful product market fit, but reliance on scarce resources. Selling time works extremely well here. When a team can start training tomorrow instead of waiting a quarter, it wins the race. Risks are real. Heavy revenue concentration in one giant customer and dependence on GPU supply. The economics are straightforward usage-based pricing, and take-or-pay capacity reservations increase utilization predictability. The nuance. There's little to copy here. Without supply channels, contracts, and capital, you end up with a small render farm that's a different business with different pricing. At the same time, portability is high. This compute is needed in gaming, VFX, bioinformatics, and fintech, anywhere speed matters. A strong company, but the entry barrier is enormous. Chips, sites, contracts, and power grids replicability is virtually zero. On to a Chinese unicorn, CaoCao Mobility ride-hailing with its own EV fleet and battery swapping. What it does. The app dispatches a car from Geely's own electric fleet for city rides. The company manages the fleet and drivers, enforces service standards, and uses fast battery swaps 3 to 5 minutes instead of long charging, so cars spend less time idle. Why this works now? Cities want cleaner transport, and passengers want predictability. The service earns ride commissions, also sells ready-to-run cars to partner fleets, and earns from service and rentals. Company score 5.9, clear value, thin margins, and strong external factors. Zooming in. Competition is intense, rules change, and the economics are sensitive to driver payouts and incentive programs. Hardware control helps. Owning the EV fleet and swapping cuts downtime, and in-car standards boost loyalty among regulars. A good growth vector is corporate accounts. When companies plan employee rides, the service gets steady demand and better load predictability. From a how-to-replicate view, building a platform is easy. Scaling is hard. You need licenses, city relationships, and deals with parking and charging. Case takeaway. Technologically feasible, but it all comes down to regulation, fleet, and a partner network. Replicability is low to medium. Next, bigger electricals. Where to store energy. HiTHIUM, large energy storage systems for grids and business. What it is and what it does. HiTHIUM makes large containerized lithium-ion energy storage systems that store energy and deliver it when needed. Grid operators use them to shave peaks. Enterprises save on tariffs and avoid disruptions. Solar and wind sites may be near cities, but without buffers, the grid gets nervous. The company shows strong traction. Shipments totaling tens of gigawatt hours and fiscal year 2024 revenue of about 1.8 billion. In recent years, they've been moving from selling cells to turnkey systems and service. Clients buy lifespan, monitoring, and frequency response, everything that matters for stability. I rate HiTHIUM at 6.9. Big market and clear value, but heavy execution. Realities. Risks include raw materials, quality standards and certification, and geopolitics. Any logistics delay or rule change means new tests and costs. On the other hand, business-to-business deals are long but sticky. If a container system runs a year without surprises, the customer is happy to expand the fleet. For replication, the more realistic path is the integrator model. Build projects on top of ready-made systems, take responsibility for design, installation, and maintenance, and earn on service. Portability is high. Peak and instability problems are similar across countries. You just adapt to grid rules. Lastly, back to the US. Surge AI Premium Data Labeling and Evaluation for AI. What it is and what it does. Surge AI is a platform and team for annotation and evaluation of data, including reinforcement learning from human feedback. People systematically give feedback so the model learns to respond more reliably and safely. Why it works. Without quality data, even a strong model answers crookedly. Clients buy verifiable quality, processes, and privacy. Surge AI score a deserved 7.4. In the age of AI, the pain is very real, demand is durable, and the moat is in processes. Surge's strength is methodology and quality control, not headcount. The economics are project-based with rising margins, risks are data-related, leaks, privacy breaches, and dependence on AI budget cycles. You can start locally, but premium level means standards, audits, and training. A smart path is to enter a local language or industry niche where English-first vendors often stumble. Quality stands out there. One more nuance. Portability is almost unlimited from fintech to medicine because everyone needs steady, safe models. Today's final top. Wait, stop. Which company ended up with negative profit? The answer in 10 seconds. CaoCao Mobility. Congrats to everyone who guessed it. But why did we include this company in the episode? Quick explanation. The trend is positive. In the first half of 2025, revenue was plus 53.5% year-over-year, gross margin 8.4%, and the loss narrowed by about 40% to around 69 million. Reaching break-even depends on trimming the share of incentives, controlling commissions, and scaling carefully, all quite achievable. Today's final top. CoreWeave 7.6. Surge AI 7.4. HiTHIUM 6.9. Subscribe and drop a comment about which niches you'd like to see in the next episodes.